What do you say, Dylan?
Huh?
We're back on the trails here. A night in the fur barn.
Trying to get her started here.
Dylan is working on the remaining half of his buck that he shot this past Saturday. November, what was the date? 18th, November 18th. Yep. So shot him his 10 point. I know we do have footage coming on that of his hunt. Just took it over today, dropped it off to the taxidermist, and taxidermist cut what he needed off of the hide and gave him the rest of it. So we're going to finish out this half hide for either a wall hanger or rug or something that he wants to do with it. And Dylan is working on the fleshing part of it right now. Kind of the first time you got to do some of this, right?
Yeah.
So you're learning as you go, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's not hard. So those of you that are looking at this and watching this and thinking, man, I don't know if I can do that. It takes very little equipment. Get you a fleshing knife. You need some sort of a fleshing beam. And what I do is I cut, I mean, you can find this stuff all over YouTube. So it's not like it's a mystery to find this kind of equipment, but I made it out of some treated lumber down here. Made my fleshing beams. I got a couple up back here on the wall hanging up for different size animals, skins, such like that. So this is an 8-inch wide beam. But flush them all. Main thing is get all this off. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to bring you through some of this process as we get more into on the trails in the fur barn here, getting things going. So here we are looking, Dylan's doing this, and then what happens is we'll salt this hide down real good afterwards, getting it salted down. Then we'll go to a rehydration, washing, getting that hide cleaned up, getting all the blood and stuff out of it. And then as we're working on that one, we have this one in the tub right now. That one's been in the pickle about 3 days right now. I'm gonna take that out tonight, and we're going to get that thinned out, get that hide thinned down. It'll go back into the pickle for another night, and then tomorrow I'll get it started the drying process, neutralize it, start drying it up a little bit so we can go ahead and get that tan. That's Xavier's deer, his buck that he shot this year. Getting that tan for him for a wall hanger. We got some critters down here that we caught on the trap line today. Big old coon and 3 muskmons down there. Little muskmons. A couple of these guys were big ones. Look at this. Look at that. That's a fat rat. Curious to know how much that one weighs. 4 pounder probably. But we're gonna just spend some time out here in the fur barn and kind of going through the process, show you guys what all we do here on the trails, another aspect of our lives. Muskmon. Stinky muskmon. So you got your pelt cape finished, fleshing. Did a nice job there. Looks good. We are going to go ahead and get it salted. That's the best step. Next step, most important step. Salt. Get them in here. Some of the salt I got in here already. But get them salted up. That's the best thing to do right away as soon as you get done flushing them out. Get that salt. Start killing that bacteria off, drawing the moisture out of it. Probably the most important thing. Get it rubbed in real good, and then I'll flip it back over and make sure to get all the edges covered and all the little tag ends and such. Hey, welcome back on the trails. Glad you could join us today. So we've had a lot going on with our trap line. We're having some success out there. We're getting up to our break right before our Northwest Ohio, or the Ohio 23 gun season's coming in starting Monday. So we got a few days before we get to that. Right now, what I've got going on here in the fur barn, we're kind of getting our skins and hides and things dried out that we have been catching. The raccoon, you can kind of see in the background here, boarded up, salted down, got everything kind of salted down here. The muskrats are on the board, salting down, and I'm working on Dylan's hide, so he fleshed that out and getting that thing salted and dried out. But right now, what I've had in the process here is Xavier's buck that he got this year. So right now it's dripping, drying a little bit here before I get into the thinning process. So we're going to thin that hide down, put it back into the pH. It has been in the pH probably now for 4 or 5 days, roughly, which it could sit in that pH as long as you keep your pH balance right around that 1.5 to 2. Gets any higher than 2, start bringing it back down. Try and keep it in that 1.5 range is kind of your primary spot to be on your pH. So that hide's dripping a little bit. We're gonna let it kind of drip dry just a little bit here, and then I'm gonna bring you in a little closer here on the table, and I'm gonna show you how I'm thinning this down to get this prepped for tanning. So we got that, kind of gives you an idea of what I'm doing with this hide. I'll keep working through these areas. You know, that starts thinning that out. I can feel where some of them thicker areas lie versus the thinner areas. I am kind of going off of, you can see how much you're taking off. It's very little, so as you just take your time with it, don't hold it in one spot. Light touches as you're making those movements across the hide and working down those areas. So what I'll do is I'll kind of get this, I'll finish this up just a little bit, and then I'll start working on these outer edges, and that's where my orbital will come in a little bit handier, so I can control it, and it's not as abrasive as the wheel. I'm using, I believe, a 50 grit, so you're using those lower grits, 25 to 50 range, and just keep working it as you go around. So don't get main thing is don't get in a big hurry. You get in a big hurry, you're going to mess something up. So take your time, but you'll get your hide looking nice and white. And what it does is once it goes back in again after you thin, every time you thin, you need to put it back in your pickling until you've gotten it thinned down to where you want it. And what this will do is once you get to that neutralization of the hide, get into your tanning, get your tanning oil on it, it's going to soak in better, and you're going to end up with a better quality product after you're done. So when you start breaking, it's going to break nice, it's going to break soft. That's how you get that thinner, softer tan material. So thanks for joining us. We'll get this finished up and we'll wrap it up here shortly. All right, so welcome back here. We got this hide thinned down, and don't want to leave it out too long out of the pH. I want to keep it in, take it out. Like I said, this might be a 2 or 3 time project here, but you can see this neck area now really thinned down, nice and white. Get some of this excess material off of it where we put it back into our pH pickling. But yeah, this is looking real nice now. When I take it out and I go to neutralize it, we'll go ahead and take care of the hole that's down here, but you can see this thing's really thinned out nice. down here on the hips. Got that worked out. Still needs a little bit more, but like I said, I don't want to leave it out too long here. We'll get back into the pickling and we'll keep working this hide down and get to our next step, which will be that neutralizing the hide and then getting it ready for tan. So thanks for joining us in the fur room here, just kind of taking care of our hides that either the boys have picked up already or some of the hides that we've been catching on the trap line. Just taking care of everything ourselves, getting them tanned up, make some real nice wall pieces and things like that that you can hold on and cherish those memories. So I encourage you all, get out there on your own trail, and it's not hard. Get yourself into doing some of your self-tanning and fur handling processes. So we'll see you next time on the trails. Whee! Look at all that meat! Kaylee, Dylan, G-Paw Buzz over here. We using butter knife?
Yeah, the knife you give me.
Huh?
The knife you give me.
This is the butter knife?
It wouldn't cut butter.
All right, there's all the crew on the trail team back here, huh? Everybody out for a little butcher and drinking some beer. Brad making it. Hey, look at that hat that kid's got on. Oh yeah! Look at that sweatshirt that kid's got on. Huh? We gotta get you guys decked out here, huh? Uncle Chad, Uncle Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, Crystal. There's Chevy dog. We're all hanging out, getting Dylan's buck butchered up tonight. How's it going over here?
We're trying.
It's going.
Not very good.
Go on.
Need a couple more beers.
We'll get through it. We'll get through it before it's all said and done.
I always get the dirty job.
You always get the dirty job?
Yeah.
Because you're good at it, Kayla.
No.
Kayla's been doing this since she was able to walk.
Yeah.
Remember when we come back down south, my garage, we hung them in there,
Yeah.
and it was clear full of deer. You remember that?
Yeah.
We had 6 or 7 of them in there.
Yeah, you hit, some guy hit one on the way home. You
Yeah.
gotta bring that one home.
Yeah, we had 6 deer and then we caught ourselves a roadkill on the way home. All right, we better get back to work.
Yeah.
Shoot, what?
Get back to work.
Look at that hat that guy got on. Where'd you find that hat at?
I don't know, I ain't gonna say it. That's good. Ain't nice to say.
You ain't got nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing at all. See you guys.